6,
Hey everybody.
8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'm taking a break right now. In a previous video, I talked about ways of practicing when you're recovering from injury, and I'm going to continue that theme today. In part because I'm still injured. I'm recovering from a right knee injury, and I'm optimistic that I'll recover fully. But even while you're recovering, it puts a brake on your normal practice. But several decades ago, I learned that even while recovering from a serious injury or two, which I've incurred in my life, I was able to modify my training so that while other people might have thought I wasn't training at all, I was actually making huge training gains by working on different types of concepts. So I'll give you an idea of a type of substitute training that you can engage in your own practice for periods when you are recovering from an injury. And I notice the sticks have stopped clicking in the background. Somebody must be reading my mind out here. Just by way of general framing, this is a two-person Tai Chi form. And it goes by various names. Typically, it's referred to as Shou. Some people call it the 84 movement form. I guess at some point in time somebody counted out 84 moves, but I know other people have counted out slightly more than that or slightly less than that. I've heard it referred to as the 88 move pattern. Doesn't matter. Shou is generally how people refer to it. And it goes back to Chinese roots in the Orient, but very few people ever learn the form because it really is like the rocket science of the martial arts, and it's hard even to find somebody to practice it with. And then the second thing is the people who really know it and who really can do it are very hesitant to teach it since it incorporates so many advanced concepts that they only want to share it with their most trusted students. And then the third final inhibitor is that even if you want to share it with somebody, it takes that person at least a year to learn the form and 2 to 5 years of practice before they can do it at a level that's even acceptable to continue developing or evolving. So for the most part, you won't see the form anywhere. In the States, there are some people who have propagated the form. I know there's at least one excellent instructional video that's out there produced by Dr. Yang Zhongming, and it's the Yang Martial Arts Association. And if you type www.ymaa.com, I think you can find it. They got some excellent videos there. Over the years, I have concluded that everything that he's talking about is true to what I've seen elsewhere and really does preserve the heritage out of China. So I highly recommend anything that he's doing. Okay, having said that, I'm just going to show you how I practice this while I'm injured. And in effect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the form solo. And I'll do part A, and then I'll stop when I end part A, and then I'll show you part B. And yes, this is hard to do. Okay. And again, just practicing as an injured person. right there would be the end of the traditional form. Now I'm going to ask you to come over here, if you will, with the camera. That would mark the end of the traditional form. But what happens is, in that first section of the form, I am doing role A, or the attacker's role, or the initiator's role. And then my partner, whom you can't see, the invisible person, is doing role B. And what will happen is we'll enact this out with two people before very long, so you can see how it all ties together. By what you get an idea of what the form is about in terms of archetypical moves. So right at the point where I end this, the roles reverse. The person that I was working against becomes the initiator, then I become the receptor of the motion. And then we go through the entire sequence again, but I'm doing the other person's roles. So what you're going to get here is, you just saw the yang half, and you're going to see the yin half. Okay, so it's still the same form, but they both combine together, and I'm doing both roles. Okay, so I ended the first part right here. I checked my opponent, and then the opponent now is the aggressor coming in. Okay, so again, the whole objective here is to show you that even while I'm recovering from an injury, there are entire paths of knowledge that I can pursue, just as you can, that will continue to develop my reactions, continue to develop my efficiency, and still give me a good physical workout that preserves all my physical capacities for that point in time when I'm physically able to return to a normal class. Okay, so these are just ideas of training that I've evolved within myself over the years. Before too long, I'll show you how these go together into a coherent form. Okay, until then, stay well, do well. Okay, I'm back again. I got to thinking after I sat down a second ago. I was so much in the moment there with everything happening in the background that I might have missed one or two moves off the beginning of section B. So I'm just going to do a repeat of section B, just so it's sort of completely laid out there for your viewing edification. That's me being compulsive. Okay, so we ended.
You could, anytime.
Section 1 with me checking, and then the roles reversed, and then my partner, the B person, is now becoming the attacker. Here comes the first attack.
Because and then the one we worked on last summer, perfect. Okay. So I don't think you quite remember.
I feel better about that. Okay, stay well. See you next time I see you.